Hi everybody. I have been very inactive on my YouTube channel for the past years because I was very focused on my Patreon page. But I thought it would be nice to share something with you guys as well. And here I'm just working in one of my themed journals where I'm feeling very free and I don't really, this is going to sound weird, but I don't take my projects in here too seriously because it helps me to feel liberated. And I know a lot of you guys, you also think that it's very intimidating to work in an art journal, but it doesn't have to be. Just choose one that was not too expensive but still has a little bit of sturdy papers, and just declare that the one where you don't put any pressure on yourself. If it's going to turn out great, then that is awesome, and if not, you can paint over it, you can collage on top of some of it or the whole thing. Just use this journal to have some fun and do some laid back portraits or whatever you're into. And yeah, I just wanted to show you with this video that you don't need to measure your portraits or just let them be wonky and free, and just try to build up some different values. And it doesn't really matter which colors you're using. You can pull it together with a lighter color in a later stage or not. Maybe you like very pink portraits. It's your art, so do what you want and what you enjoy. And my motto is it's better to overwork your portraits than to always stop too soon out of fear that you'll mess it up. Because you know what? Sometimes we will mess it up, and then we can change everything that we like on top of that, and we can keep working on our faces. And try not to panic too early, because a lot of the great portraits that I did, they really took many layers, and that was something that I didn't really get when I just started to create. And I got discouraged in a very early stage of my portrait, and I think maybe you'll relate. You can relate. I used to tear up a whole bunch of my art in the early days because I didn't want to look at it anymore. I felt like a failure, but you know what? We can't speak Spanish in one day, and it's also very challenging to do a masterpiece right from the start, or even a half decent portrait. It takes some muscle memory and some understanding of your medium or media, whatever you're into. And that's the only way that you get there is by practicing, by experimenting, by watching other artists at work, but try not to get stuck in that cycle of binge watching all the artists and not putting in the work yourself, because by doing it yourself, that is how you learn. So I hope you will gather the courage to just do it, and let it be imperfect. Most of the art that I really like from other artists, it's it's not perfect, it's expressive and often a bit weird. I like weird art. I like very moody art as well. You will see that once I will give this girl her eyes. I have tried to create happy people, but I end up disliking them very much. I can't help it. I'm a very happy person, very cheerful. I like to laugh a lot, but I don't like my characters that way. I can't help it. Sorry. Sorry if you're here to look at smiling, happy people, because I hardly ever make them. But I do enjoy creating them very much. I like intense gazes and expressions that make you wonder what the hell's happening with that character. What's up? And I don't like to give away all the answers. I like to keep it rather vague, so that people can find their own story in there. And often of the times, when they share it with me, they're pretty spot on most of the time. So if you're up for it, if you want to put a comment on here to tell me what story you see in my pages, then I think that would be pretty awesome. I will keep the story pretty simple. The thing I like best is creating my faces and my figures, and I don't really put a lot of work in my backgrounds. It's not just because of laziness, but it's what I like. If I put the same amount of emphasis on everything on the page, to me, that is very distracting, because I want that face to really pull you in. And if I create a very realistic background all around that, then yeah, my attention goes everywhere on the page, and that is just not what I like. And I also like that combination of a bit more complex part of the page and something really simple and a little bit abstracted maybe. That's just what I enjoy doing and looking at. I don't know if you know the artist Robert Ernst Marx. He is one of my favorite artists, and he started out as an abstract painter, and then he got interested in figures, and then he combined those two elements, and I really love that about his work. So yeah, check him out. It's one of my faves. And the secret to having really intense eyes is just do a little pop of a very light color in there as a reflective light, and you'll see the difference. They'll get so much more expressive that way and intense. And here I'm just taking a Neocolor crayon, the water soluble kind, and I do a quick illustration of a background. As I said, nothing too complicated, and you can work on your portrait as well with the Neocolor crayons, mix your media. It's not necessary, but I just wanted you to see the difference. See, it gets a little bit tighter right now than it was before. If you like the loose vibe, then just keep it as it was. I hope you enjoyed watching me create these pages, and I wish you lots of fun in your own art journals. Happy creating!